Hi, I'm Kathleen.
And I'm Sean.
And you're listening to the Dead Baby Bear podcast.
Dead Baby Bear. Long story.
Who was that by? That's not Melissa. Oh, Sheryl Crow. That's Sheryl Crow.
Oof.
I saw Sheryl Crow and I was
Oh,
surprised.
she's good. That song sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
So does
that
the
is
Photograph
garbage.
song with Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Picture my life in a hotel.
That's
Yeah.
where Sheryl Crow just like was in a money tunnel for 3 years.
Yeah.
Where she was just like, it was just like so much cash coming out of it.
Well,
She's
she
like,
started-
shit out music, bitch. And
She
it's like,
started
yeah,
as-
my favorite mistake. Here, can you dig out some shit through your notebook that you wrote when you were 6? She's
But
like,
that's what
okay.
they do to comics. That
Oh,
like
for sure.
hit.
Yeah.
Like But Sheryl Crow started as a Michael Jackson
But
backup
wasn't she-
singer.
Backup singer,
For
yeah.
Michael
that's right.
Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
But I saw her concert once. I went to like see someone else, but it was a festival. But I was like surprised, but I knew every single one of her songs. I'm like, this lady is that what prolific means?
Yeah, she's prolific. She's hydroprolific. Like, oh, is she hydroprolific? Yeah, she is. I guess she is. Yeah, she's a prolific
Yeah.
songwriter. She is good. She was good. Yeah, she's a good singer.
Yeah.
I thought she was okay. Maybe it's because I'm old.
Yeah.
Have you had COVID yet?
No, I have not.
You should.
You know what though? The thing is, like, I thought I had COVID, and I feel bad because I was a day late on my debaters, and I said the honest truth was that I had procrastinated, but I also was like, and I just got COVID, like I just found out
In
I had
terms of
COVID.
writing, I'm not exactly prolific.
I'm not prolific at all. I'm not prolific. I'm prolific. Because what happened was I had one of those tests, and I took it because I did New Year's in Calgary, so I'm like, if I got COVID, that's where I got it, right?
Mhm.
And so I'm like, well, I'll take it before I go grocery shopping. And I thought I had waited 15 minutes and nothing came up. So then I go to Costco and then I come back and I look at the test and I see a little faint red line. I was like, oh no, oh, I'm a horrible person. So then but I'm like, it's so faint. Like, it's so faint. So then I took another one and it was nothing. And I took another one and it was nothing. So I don't think I had it.
Interesting, because I mean, when I Googled it, because my line was faint.
Yeah.
But my lines are always faint. And my whole life is faint lines.
You don't
Crossing faint lines.
You don't do strong lines?
No. Well, the funny part is, like, I Googled it and they're like, a faint line is a positive. And then I let it sit for like an hour and it wasn't a faint line anymore. It was a hard line.
Oh, it was a hard line. Okay.
So I was like, oh, just the first 15 minutes, I was like, that's hard. I got half a COVID.
Yeah.
I've been diagnosed with half a COVID. Lower body COVID.
Did you
A
do
bit
it?
of a cough.
Did you get a booster?
No, I didn't. I got my natural booster.
The natural booster.
I got Mother Nature's booster, the disease itself. Yeah, I go as an Omicron baby. I'm glad I wasn't a Delta because I don't know if I would have pulled through a Delta.
Did you
I don't
feel
know if
sick?
I had a Delta in me.
Did you feel sick?
Yeah, well, the main thing is I wouldn't have been able to smell a cadaver on the toilet.
Oh.
Shitting. Like, that's I lost my sense of smell. Like, and it's funny too, like, with smell, because like you'll smell, you're testing your smell.
Yeah.
And then you'll have a memory. So you're like, oh no, I can smell it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no, I can't.
No, I can't.
Because you're like butterscotch candle.
Weird.
There was like a butterscotch candle,
Yeah.
scented candle, and I just opened the package and smelled it. And I smelled nothing, but there was like a memory of butterscotch that kept going through my nose. Where I'm like, I think I can't smell it, but I know my brain is like, oh, this is butterscotch. You know butterscotch. But I guess when you get your sense of smell back, like some of the things that you thought smelled good before smell bad, and some of the things you smell so you'll like switch your sense.
So suddenly you just love farts?
Yeah, you just like Marmite and farts. You're like, oh god, this is gross. Yeah, you just fucking
What's
Jesus
something?
Christ.
What's something that you like the smell of, but people think it's disgusting? Like, I like the smell of gasoline, but I think a lot of people do.
You're a huffer from way back.
I'm an old school huffer.
You're a huffer at heart. Diesel buns.
I love to
You're
huff.
your diesel buns.
I love to huff.
I went up north. Did I ever tell you that story on the podcast about when
You
I
probably,
went way
but-
up north to Yellowknife, and I was like, anything you don't want me to talk about? And they're like, just don't bring up diesel buns.
Diesel buns?
Yeah, and I was like, I'm sorry, what's a diesel bun?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that's when the kids up here stuff a bun into a tailpipe and then eat it when it's
Ew, what?
yeah, I guess that's a thing they do up there. They eat diesel buns. But the problem is, like, then I had to talk about diesel buns. How am I not gonna fucking
Yeah.
Like, they're like, talk about anything but diesel buns. And I'm like, okay, well now.
Well, now you have to because that's just
really,
too weird.
How the fuck do I not talk about buns of diesel?
Yeah.
Buns loaded with
diesel. And what did you say about it?
I was like,
I'm not
I was
supposed
like,
to
keep it
talk
going
about
for
it.
the wait. I was like, I sent it was a meal, so I'm like, keep it going, everybody. For the caterers, and then they're like, yeah, like, they're great people here. We ran out of diesel buns early. But you guys just kept powering through that macaroni, baby. You don't need to dip your buns in diesel to enjoy a good meal down at the Legion.
If you want a
And
diesel bun, you gotta get there early.
He's talking about diesel buns. That's the one thing I said not to.
That's why I never. I mean, unless it's like, don't talk about a broad topic, but don't give a specific weird thing that could really help you add 10 extra minutes of crowd work to your show.
I mean, I've told that on the podcast before about Lori Ferguson Ford when we were like, I just don't want anything over the top dirty. And then we're like, and then for some reason we were like, give us an example, and she's like, I don't know, like, stick it in my wet pussy. So like, there's that, right? And then there's the church lady in her 50s that says, stick it in my wet pussy at the Legion.
Did she say it like with a stutter?
She didn't stutter. Like,
fully out was
that's
fine
what she
saying
says.
it.
That's what she says.
Yeah.
She
said it before.
That's the thing she said.
She's said it before.
Yeah, absolutely.
But she said it to Christ.
Yeah, well, she says it to Christ. Nothing dries my pussy out like the thought of eternity with my Savior. Jésus Christ. I don't know. We have a lot of Christians in Fort Saskatchewan. We're still building Catholic stuff. It's crazy. Why are we still doing it?
I don't know how. After all, I don't know how anybody can be part of a religion.
I don't get it.
You know, I started watching that Secrets of Playboy. Of course, they're finally doing it. When Me Too happened, I had
Are
a
there
show.
secrets of Playboy? I thought they took everything off.
What? You're such an idiot.
Well, what would the secret be of Playboy?
Raping the girls.
Oh,
and having them die.
yeah.
Those secrets.
Oh, yeah,
I thought we were talking about dudes.
I thought we were talking about secrets I care about.
Yeah. No, because I remember when Me Too happened, and I had a joke that I always say, like, you know what, none of us saw this coming, but one person did, and that person was Hugh Hefner. He died a month before the shit hit the fan. Because if he had been alive during Me Too, he would have been fucked. Because listening to the stories that these
girls would have been burning robes in front of the mansion.
Oh, it's horrifying, and it looks like a cult. The way it's positioned, like the way it became a family, and he had 7 girlfriends. It's really fucking creepy.
It's ridiculous.
And like, it's the worst part about this documentary. It's on A&E. It's like a multiple episode one. But they have some of Hugh Hefner's friends, like these old like boomers who are like, no, Hef is great. I've never heard anything bad about him. And then they have like 8,000 women. Oh yeah, no, he like brought me into this and this and this. And then other women are like, well, these girls at Playboy knew what would happen to them if they knew it was a casting couch situation. I'm like, of course they did, because that's the only way some women could get roles back then, because of this disgusting power structure. Do you think if guys knew that they could get any work that they wanted by just like eating out a pussy, they wouldn't do it? They would. I know plenty of male comics that fuck female bookers for gigs. So like, don't be all like, oh, these women knew what was going on. It's like, that's the only way they could get in. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, people
still doesn't excuse rape or whatever.
No, but I'm talking about people slut-shaming these girls for like doing it. Because one of the playmates who was one of his wives, Holly something, she's like, the thing that pissed me off the most was that people would like call me a hooker and call me a whore, and it's just like, but I mean, like, I was getting all that stuff, but it was like a cult, and it was like this power thing, and like.
Well, and he had 7 girls, so you're kind of like, well, how much fucking can this guy do?
He can't do any. He would just like make them dance for him and do like weird.
Well, that's good. I would do that. Like, if somebody's like, oh boy, Sean, you're gonna have to fuck that old weird lady. Luckily, she just wants you to dance. Okay. Like, just, here, I'm doing it.
I've heard
what's your favorite movement pattern?
I've heard way worse stories of men fucking weird women for things than I have of girls. Like, and always like, I remember one time somebody accused me of sleeping with someone to get something.
How dare they?
And I was like, and it was another comic, and like, me sleeping with another comic to get something. And I was like, you think I'd be fucking another comics can't give me anything. Like, this comic can't do anything for me. I'm not an idiot. If I'm gonna have sex to get something, I'm gonna like go to the top to get it from the top. I'm not gonna.
We're in the middle, at least.
We're in the middle, but not the
Not
bottom.
You're fucking the bottom.
Not the fucking bottom.
get tricked into that, right? Because a lot of guys in comedy, especially, like, they look like a power broker for the first
Yeah.
year. For
Yeah.
the first year you're doing it, you're like, ooh, that guy's a mover
Oh,
and a shaker.
yeah.
And then you're like, oh, he fucking takes tickets at an open mic.
It's pretty
I
funny.
blew
Like
a guy who runs the door at an open mic.
that's why I tell all female comics, when you start, I'm just saying, don't fuck people. Just wait a while until you get yourself, and then go ahead and do whatever you want. But I guarantee you will fuck someone that you regret if you just like start having sex with these guys.
Yeah, you'll probably fuck different people if you wait a year.
Yeah, you better.
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah, yeah.
I waited a year and I'm fucking different people.
Well, I mean,
A year ago, I would have fucked those as the guys.
I've talked about this with other female comics. It's like, you know, like you'll get a crush on a guy comic when you first meet him. Oh, he's cute and blah, blah. And then you see him on stage and you're like, oh, God. Oh, God. Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the reverse, where you're like, you get a crush on him from what he does on stage.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
stage,
yeah.
You're like, actually, I didn't notice all those fucking moles. Why did the fucking, my pussy doesn't know what to think. All the guys my pussy wants talk so bad. But all the good talkers drive my pussy up. So yeah, it's gotta be quite confusing for any
It's
vagina
very
dude in
confusing.
comedy. We were like, all the people you want to fuck get on stage and you're like, oh boy.
Yeah. It's true. It's
And all
true.
the guys you don't want anything to do with, you're like, fuck, I don't know why, but that I like that. That guy's
Yeah.
funny. Like, I don't want anything to do with him sexually.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. I'm sure it's the same for, you know, men,
No.
comedians. No.
No. Not at all.
No.
I would be on the road with like the homeliest male comic and like girls would be flocking around, like hot, like small, especially small towns.
That's not normal, Kathleen. You make it seem like that's normal.
Well, it happens
Most
a lot.
4 out of 10 male comedians go to their room alone.
There's not that many
For
male
30
comics that
years.
are over a 6. Let's be honest. That's
No, probably not. I guess not.
everybody's a pretty much, even the females. We're all about a 6. All of us. If you are above that, you're not very good at comedy. You're just getting stuff because you're pretty, or you say you're pretty. But even the pretty ones and the good-looking ones are compared to other like real people, they're really not that.
Yeah, like hot for a comedian.
Yeah, they're hot for a comedian.
Yeah, hot for a comic.
Yeah, but
They're good looking. Like if somebody's like a 7 and
Yeah.
funny, you're like, whoa.
very rarely it would happen that I would get laid because I was funny, but it was rare. And anytime it happened, one time it was a lumberjack, and I was like uncomfortable the whole time because I'm like, you're too high.
Not a
Way
real
too high.
lumberjack.
Yes, he was.
He fucking
He
sawed
was a
trees
lumberjack.
down, or
Yes, he
was
showed me like a video of himself climbing up and like, oh my god,
What?
you're a real lumberjack. Okay.
That's insane. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. But your
Yeah.
dick is so close to that wood all the time that it's like, shh, I don't know. It's not good
And
for
he was
penis.
short, but I'm like, you're cute, so I don't care.
Okay. Well, you got to be short to be a lumberjack.
Not like super short, but
So how was your New Year's Eve gig? Was it fun?
it was fun. We haven't talked since New Year's.
I don't think so, because I had COVID,
Oh,
and
yeah,
you guys
that's
were all
right.
fucking
Oh, that's
scared.
Well, because I wanted Adam to be able to come home. No, New Year's was fun. It was at Yak Yak's in Calgary. It was fun.
No fuss, no muss.
No, the first show was really, really fun. The second show, people were really drunk, but it was still fun. But I didn't even drink that night because I was just like, I just don't want to. I hate waking up on New Year's Day with a hangover. I did it too many years, and then like it's so nice to like the first day of the year be like, okay, we're good.
Yeah.
We're not.
This New Year's resolution still has a chance.
I haven't been like drinking, not because I want to quit, just because I just am by myself all the time and I don't want to sit and drink by myself. It's sad, but like,
and you're already quite high.
yeah. But Adam, yeah, you've been getting very high. I did post that on like I
I
said.
like how people I like how stoners are like, you know, I don't drink. Like, yeah, you're on low dose heroin nonstop.
I was eating a lot of edibles, but I hadn't been drinking like since Christmas. And then when Adam came home, we like got drunk one night, and I don't remember half the night. And then he's like, some of the stuff he told me I was doing, I'm like, what? And then I posted a TikTok.
Oh no.
I posted two. I'm just sitting there and I was like,
Shouldn't you be able to have something on your? I'm
They
sure
were funny though.
there's
because-
got to be something on every phone where you're like you can lock your ability
You can.
to post, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
There is like, even on your phone, I think there's like, it'll time out and it'll turn off the internet on you. But no, but they weren't like gross or anything. I just like, I was so drunk and I was just like, I was like, this is how I thought I was gonna make I'm like, am I gonna make myself cute? I'm like, what is happening when I watch the video? And I go, oh, I should actually play it. And I was like, I love Costco. This is how I know TikTok hates me, because like nobody sees these things, but I'm like, I don't know.
Well, you want them to see that? Like that goes viral?
It's kinda
Where you're
funny.
like, oh my god. You have it on there still?
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Wait, this is the other one.
You look
I
trash.
am.
Take that, Gen Z.
So like,
Oh my god.
honestly,
Take that,
I'm
Gen Z.
not that embarrassed by that. I don't know. Maybe
No,
they
that's
were.
pretty
a little-
funny.
They were pretty funny.
The way, I like that when you're that drunk, your mouth moves
Oh
weird.
yeah.
Your mouth movements are like, take that, Gen Z. Like you're opening, it's like a horse kind of. You know how horses have the ability to like separate their lips from their teeth? Like, take that, Gen. Your lip separation from your teeth in those videos is the best. Your lips are an inch away from your teeth. Like, take that, Gen Z. Like, yeah, that's awesome.
All my friends were like telling me, like, we were talking about like whenever I'm doing drunk videos, they'll be like, you'll almost inevitably there'll be a video of you whispering a song that's playing in the background. I do that all the time. Oh, but yeah, $9.99 for chicken rotisserie.
Take that, Gen
Take
Z.
that, Gen
Do
Z.
you have any day jobs?
No, not right now, but I should get
That's
one.
nice. No.
I'm just bored, and I feel like
Stay at home with the dogs. Live your life.
I should just get a really.
You should go on a comedy tour.
Okay.
Theater.
All right, book it.
Limited capacity.
Let's book it. Let's book
a
it.
failure now.
Let's book it.
Hi there, I'd like to book your theater. Limited capacity. We're waiting for the next variant to come in. We should gamble on the next variant. What do you think it's going to be?
I think it's gonna be a boy.
Omicron was a pussy. I took it down. It wasn't bad. Like I had a little cough. You think there's like always like an hour where you think you might die.
Really?
Not because you're really sick, but just because you're like high, and then you're like, I got fucking COVID. And then you're like, because I think I took it seriously isolation wise for a few days.
Yeah.
I think by day 5 though, I was like, okay, yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
And then people are like,
That'll
well,
do.
don't you still have to be? And I'm like, shut
That'll
the
do,
fuck
COVID,
up. 5
that'll
days
do.
is up. That'll do, COVID.
COVID,
Settle,
that'll do.
sit down, COVID. Yeah, other people that got it at the same time, I was like, okay, I'll see you there at 7. And they're like, oh, I can't come because of COVID. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, wait a minute, I had it at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh well. I just wore a mask everywhere.
Yeah.
But you can't do that anyway.
Yeah.
It's not bad. But,
And-
so now I have like, what do I have, 9 years to automatically live now?
Well,
Now that I've beaten it?
I feel so left out.
You haven't had it yet.
I haven't had it yet.
No. My favorite are the ones that are like, I already had it.
I already had it. I
I
had
know
it
that
twice.
I-
I've heard
I
people
know
have
that
had
I
it
had
twice. I'm like, oh.
I had it in 2018. I was the very first person that
Oh, I know
gave it
people
to.
that are like, I had it in December.
I'm patient
2019.
zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody always wants to be fucking COVID patient 0. Like, I had it in the summer. I fucking was on the wings of a bat,
I was on the wings of a bat.
and then it bit me. What did they think it was in the beginning? Was it an armadillo or something?
No,
What was
they
it?
thought it was
I
a
don't
bat.
know.
Some weird animal that
Yeah.
looked like an
It's a bat.
armadillo.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a fucking weird one. And
Yeah.
then they changed it to bat,
Yeah.
and we really
Pangolin
stuck
or
with bat
something?
for a while.
Yeah.
We've been on bat for a long time.
But wasn't it created in a lab?
Depends who you ask.
Depends who
Which
you
conspiracy
fucking-
you believe?
Depends whether you think the truth is. I mean, the easiest answer is usually the one that's true, but
Yeah.
could have been a lab. I think, like, the funny thing is, like, conspiracy theorists will be like, aha, looks like they're fucking finally admitting. And it's like, no, like, there's just, we don't have an answer yet.
Yeah.
So it's like we can't rule out lab leak because we haven't really been able to, like, nail down anything else. So it's just like probabilities. Like, maybe it came from a lab, who knows? Like, they are testing shit all the time.
Yeah.
And it's the Chinese, not to be trusted.
I put that in the description of this episode. Sean doesn't trust the Chinese.
Well, I mean, I don't trust the Chinese government.
Yeah, I mean,
And
that
the
makes
Chinese
sense.
people are kind of like,
They don't trust them either. They don't
what,
trust
what
the
did Xi
government
say?
either.
Like, yeah, you're like, you ask a Chinese person, like, where do you think COVID came from? They're like, I don't know, what did Xi say? Like, Xi said it's natural. That's what I think then.
Oh my god.
They don't want to. They had fucking cameras in their condos, probably. Imagine that.
That's why I always want to send like all these my
Like, at least
liberties, my
here,
freedoms.
at least here, cameras end in our hallways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
think there, it's like, oh, it's in my bathroom.
In their house.
I don't think
Baby.
so. I don't think so. But they have like credit
Well,
scores
you know
and
what?
stuff.
We all have cameras in They're listening to us right now.
No, they're not.
Yes, they
They've
are.
never. Would it shock anyone to know that no one's ever listened to you?
I don't think that
No one's ever listened to you.
they do.
No, they don't.
I'm pretty
I
sure
saw this
they do.
video where they talked about, the idea that like you said Costco, so now it's Costco. It's just the last like number of websites you've been to. Like it's just your searches and your locations.
Okay, well,
so like if you are
okay.
at Costco,
So let's
it'll
talk
send you shit.
let's
from
talk
Costco.
about something that neither of us have done recently, or let's talk about ping pong.
Whoa.
And how ping pong, I really want to learn how to play ping pong, and ping pong's awesome, and I wonder how much a ping pong table costs. Okay, I'll tell you tomorrow I'll screenshot it.
You're getting a fucking ping pong table?
I don't know if I do.
Oh, you're going.
If
Well,
I get an ad for it, then you have to buy me a ping pong table.
I guess you're right because you've been nowhere near ping pong.
Nowhere near ping
Right, so
pong.
ping pong,
Not
ping pong,
for
ping
years.
pong.
I haven't been around ping
Ping
pong
pong.
balls for years.
Table tennis.
Table
Cover all your
tennis.
bases. Table tennis.
We had a ping pong table when I was a kid.
I can't get into table tennis. It's happening too fast.
It's very fast.
It's like the opposite of baseball. Baseball's like, what's going to happen in 48 seconds? I'm excited about what might happen in 48 seconds. Whoa! That was a fast one. What's going to happen in the next 48 seconds? Table tennis is just like,
Yeah.
like, it's just like a fucking...
Most sports are unwatchable. I went to my nephew. My nephew does downhill ski racing, and I went to one of his races this weekend, and it was incredible. They jump off a jump, and then they go flying. These kids are like 10. They were like 6-year-olds doing
It's
it.
so weird.
It was crazy, but
It's
I'm
like
like,
rich guy rodeo.
it is. But you know what's really funny? It's like we watched 2 races. We were walking up when he was on his first race, so we technically only saw 1 race, but we were there all for a few hours. Like you have to that's why I couldn't be a parent. I couldn't be a parent. I'm gonna wait around. We're gonna go to a ski hill. I'm gonna wait for you to race twice, and
Yeah.
and then when he was going above us in the chair, and Adam and I were like, "You better win, or you're out of the family." And he won. That was kind of cool.
Did he?
Yeah, he won. He
Okay.
won the race beside. I don't know how he did.
Congratulations, you get to stay inside of this family.
But I was like watching him ski over. I'm like, that's when I knew I was old. I'm like, I don't even want to attempt that. Like, I don't even want to practice and learn how to do it, because I guess they said the kids were there the day before to train on it, and 50% of them were falling after the jump, and then when during the races, like maybe like 2 or 3 fell.
Well, we know for sure from watching you fall. And I mean, even for me, it's
I'm
like
not a good faller.
our ability to fall, like either A, gracefully, or B, comically, or over.
Yeah.
Like children can fall gracefully and in a comedic, like, oh, look at him, he got, he's a little pretzel, and down he goes. Like, our falling is like, boom.
Yeah, hard.
Like, it is hard and over.
And painful.
And as we slide down the hill, we appear dead for 9 seconds. Kathleen with her arms dragging behind her.
Oh,
Fucking,
my
palms
God.
up. A palms up fall halfway down his
I've been so scared during this weather, because it's been so icy out. Like, I'm walking like a little old lady everywhere. I got those little cramp things that have spikes in the bottom for my boots, because it was so icy. Like the first time I
You
went
gotta
to
watch
take
your
the
tailbone,
dogs,
honey.
it would hurt.
Can you believe we used to have tails?
We used to.
Isn't that fucking
Now we just
weird?
have bones there.
How long were human tails?
We had tails.
Sure we did. That's why you have a tailbone.
Well, we did. Didn't we evolve from
Tail.
monkeys?
How long were human tailbones?
The tail of a monkey. Aren't we from apes? But chimpanzees don't have tails. Chimpanzees have little stubs, so maybe they were short, like a little chimpanzee. Maybe a
Yeah,
little.
you just get rid of it.
I kind of wish we still had tails.
Yeah.
But-
Because then we could, it would be way easier to understand, who liked you and who didn't.
Yeah, 'cause it's just
It's like,
involuntarily.
they're just involuntary tail movement. You're like, hey, Dad. And then it's not moving, and you're like, yeah, fuck you then. And girls trying to play coy, but they can't stop their tail.
It's like a cocker spaniel. It's not like
Like, "Oi!" And you're like, yeah, that bitch is into it.
Oh
She's
my
like,
God.
I don't know. She's trying to play it cool up front, but
Yeah.
her tail's all fucking just twitching like a motherfucker. Tails are a trait that can be traced back to Earth's first vertebrates. So when human embryos develop, we briefly have tails.
Weird.
Vertebrae included during the earliest stages of our growth, as do all animals with backbones. But after about 8 weeks, most embryonic human tails completely disappear. So did we used to have them?
Maybe.
What is the longest human tail?
Ew.
The longest known human tail was reportedly 13 inches long and belonged to a man named Chandra Oram.
Oh, and the worst
who lived
part?
in West Bengal, India. It is not believed to be a true tale, however, but rather a case of spina bifida.
Well, the worst part about that
What was that
guy
fucking tail
is
then?
his dick was only 3 inches. So that sucks for him.
Yeah,
The wrong-
that's too bad. I don't know. I'd have to get dick cancer to please a girl. That's weird though, to be like, you know, like it actually wasn't a tail, it was a disease. Like, well, okay, then it wasn't a why didn't
Then
you
it
tell
wasn't
that?
a tail.
Why didn't you tell the whole story? The guy with the biggest dick in the world had a tumor on his cock. What the fuck? Here's a picture of the biggest dick in the world, and it's just fucking teeth and hair and a ball around your cock and a guy crying.
Oh my god.
Okay, so what?
What would you do if you had a tail?
I don't know what I'd fucking do. Why humans don't have tails? Humans don't have, our primate ancestors used to have their tails for balance as they navigated treetops about 25 million
Yeah,
years
monkeys.
ago. So as soon as we stopped needing it for balance, we got out of the trees, we lost our tail.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I wonder if we took it off because we don't need these anymore.
I wonder if there was any monkeys back then that were like, don't go out of the trees, Dad, we'll lose our tail. Time. What the fuck? Don't worry about it. Like, that was climate change back then. Like, one day we're all gonna lose our tails. Like, shut the fuck up and enjoy yourself now. You're out of the trees, live your fucking life, but we'll lose our tails. You don't understand. Dad, not now. Not even 1,000 years from now. But one day we'll look back on this, a tailless species that should have stayed in the fucking trees. Where we belong, Dad. I wonder who was the first monkey to just say, let's get out of these fucking trees.
Who was patient zero of humans?
Yeah, who was that guy who was like, what the fuck are we doing up here?
Wonder what his
What
name
are we
was.
doing in the Earth's attic?
Do you think his name was like Kong the Conqueror or Maurice?
He must have been famous at that time. He would have been very famous. He would have been like the Einstein. Of
He
those
was the
people.
Jesus of his time.
He was the Jesus. He took us out of the trees.
Yeah.
The monkey who led us from the trees.
Until we invented a new Jesus.
Out of Africa, murdering everything in sight. We just went from eating berries to slitting throats. Welcome to humanity's cradle.
Oh my god.
We're just like, I'm tired of. Sometimes there's seeds in these. Let's go fucking kill something. I'm getting tired of those hard seeds on my teeth. So I think I'm gonna go murder an animal. But they're living so peacefully. Don't worry, I'll kill it fast. Like I love how that's what you. Don't worry, we're killing it so fast.
It's humane killing.
Like,
I
isn't
love
that
that. That's
worse?
a very funny
Don't worry, we'll kill it super
contradiction.
fast. You're still
and
killing it. It's still
humane
dead. You know,
killing.
death is death,
Yeah.
right? So there's 3 seconds of or nothing, but it's still dead forever. So I don't know if you know this, but those are both terrible outcomes. Death fast, death slow, all death.
Mm-hmm.
So we just make
All
the worst
death all
things
the
seem
time.
okay. Yeah, it's weird we kill them, but I still like their flesh.
Yeah.
I can't cook without it. If I'm all vegetables, gross.
It's weird if you have no vegetables. But
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't like I don't think I could give up. I could like eat less of it. It's fucking expensive now. It's no longer $9.99 for rotisserie chicken.
The rotisserie chicken. I just love your little fucking horse teeth separation. I don't know how you get your lips so far from your teeth.
I don't know
When you-
either.
It's just confidence. You know, it's like, hi, you fucking piece of shit.
I love how shitty I look too, and I'm like, alright, let's make some TikToks.
Sex face. Yeah, least fuckable face,
Oh my
sexiest
God.
movements, and talk. Yeah, it's weird. You're the least sexy looking, but talking the most sexy. Like, hi, you fucking piece of shit. It's like this sultry thing, but you're like, oh, that chick is trash. Like, I would love one of those to go
trash.
viral. I would love
I would
those
love
to
it
go
too.
viral.
I don't fucking
You
care anymore.
fucking piece of...
Fuck
Take
you,
that,
Gen Z.
Gen Z. What the hell?
Yeah. I'm
That's
not.
weird.
I don't know. I don't know what goes through my mind when I drink now, but I definitely black out every time.
When's the last time I drank to excess? I don't know if I did. I usually just take meth. Like, but you're on meth too. You take meth.
Yeah, that's probably. You know what? I think that's why I black out when I drink now, is because I'm on antidepressants and like meth. Like, there's no way that's not the reason. Because I never did before. Well, it's also I'm old.
Yeah, drinking and
age.
pills all of a sudden. Yeah, drinking and pills don't mix
I'm
as
not
well.
supposed to drink when I take it, but whatever. Once in a
You
while.
don't have little girl organs anymore.
Once
Your organs are a little bit raisined. If we could like see our organs, we'd be like, oh god, I have to stop a lot of things.
Oh my god, yeah.
You have a fatty everything.
Yeah.
You have a fatty liver. Like, well, I hate to tell you this, but it's not just your liver.
You have
You
fatty
are
pancreas.
fucked. You have a fatty.
Your lungs are
everything.
fatty.
Your fatty lung. I have fatty lungs. That'd be gross.
It's fatty lung.
You have a fucking beer lung.
Just
Oh,
like
look at his beer lungs.
pushing
He's just
out.
pushing fat out of your fucking chest. I have tightness in my chest. That's because your ribs are being pushed by fat. Gastric bypass is the weirdest thing to do. I still think it is.
It's pretty weird.
It is a weird thing.
Yeah.
Where you're like, I think I'm just gonna like not give myself room to eat.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. There seems to be something fundamentally just like
well,
weird.
but I mean, if you like, food addiction is a thing, and it's like it always gets like laughed at and stuff. But like, it's the same as alcoholism. If you look at those people on those like shows, like 600-Pound Life, like they literally like you're just like, what's wrong with you? Why can't you stop that?
I totally get it. I mean, I'll go through periods. I'm in a phase right now where I drink a Slurpee a day.
Oh yeah, yes.
I'll go through a phase where for 3 months. For 3 months, I drink. I'll just be like, well, it's 7 p.m. Time to go get a Coca-Cola Slurpee, and then just fill the fucker to the brim, and then I go home and then just a little liquid at the bottom.
Just a little Coca-Cola Slurpee before bed.
Just my bedtime Cola
bedtime
Slurpee.
Slurpee.
I'll just go ahead and just consume 39 sugar cubes and fall asleep.
I think it's just like the older you get, the less you care, because you're like,
Maybe.
well, like.
Yeah, I don't know. You're closer to death. You should care more.
I guess so, but I remember like my grandpa would like smoke Colts all the time, and my grandma would get on his case, and my grandpa would be like, "I'm 80 fucking years old, Florence."
But then he died, didn't he?
Colts, like a few years
So she
later.
was right.
Yeah, but who wants to live till they're 100? Every 100-year-old, not everyone. Like I've seen some kind of spry ones, but then you think after they turn the cameras off, they're like, "Here you go."
Yeah, everybody wants to get to those roll me on my side years.
Yeah, like who?
Don't forget to turn me over.
Even Betty White didn't want to get to 100.
No, yeah, but she did it so gracefully somehow, didn't she?
Someone had a good point too. Is
we
like
never really got to see her in like a vegetative, you know what I mean? Like she was never fucked.
Yeah.
Like that's what was so great about her. She always looked like Betty White and talked like Betty White. She never was
she
like.
Did.
There was no 8 years where it's like nobody has seen her publicly because she's that Razor Oaks.
Yeah, Razor Oaks. Yeah, no, I don't want to live to be 100. Do you want to live to be 100?
I'd like to live to be the world's oldest person, and then just confuse the shit. I want to outlive all my kids. I want to go to my children's funerals, maybe. That's how long I want to fucking live. I want to get yanked out of a long-term care facility, fully cognizant, and attend my own children's funerals.
Outliving your children? Can you imagine? Like, I'm not even like in a.
Sounds like he is imagining it.
In a sad way, they die young, but like then it's just like no, they die when they're
totally
80 years old.
And you're $1.50.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. They'll do some sort of freezing of bodies eventually, but.
It's the thawing that's the problem.
I think
that's what I liked about cryogenic freezing right at the start, where somebody was like, "How are we gonna thaw them out?" Like, shut the fuck up, Randy. Shut the fuck up and keep freezing them.
You just put them in the
Because it
microwave.
really got hot. Cryogenic freezing got hot, like in the 90s or something.
Yeah.
It was like every rich guy got fucking frozen.
Yeah.
And there was one guy that did the freezing, and he owned all that shit, and he was probably like, never talk about the thaw.
I don't know. I guarantee you, like, the Billionaires Club have, like, a spaceship ready to go for when the world ends. They've got it ready. So they're
ready to rock, yeah. I mean, it's funny that, like, poor people are like, I have a generator and 9 pieces of wood and a dinghy.
Yeah.
And it's like,
you're just going to survive a little bit longer. It's going to be way more painful.
I'm going to be on a rocket ship out of here.
Yeah.
I don't fucking need, go ahead and be on the river if you need to.
I don't want, I've been watching lots of End of the World movies just because I get fixated on stuff because I watched Station 11 and now I'm watching tons of them. But I'm like, every one I watch, I'm like, this doesn't look like fun to me. I don't want to fight to live. If the world is ending, take me with you because I don't want to be without electricity and running water. Like, I had a power outage in my house for 30 minutes. I thought I was going to die. My phone wasn't charged and I was like, what am I going to do? I almost went out to my car to charge it. And I was just like, no, that doesn't, like, whenever, we survived, I'm like, no, you're the dumb ones. You guys stayed to be like, to go through this horrifying experience where you start turning feral and then you become cannibals or something. Something weird will happen.
Something weird. Have you seen Yellowstone? Have you watched it?
Not Yellowstone, but I watched some of Yellowstone. Mostly just for the one dude.
Yellowstone is like,
the guy who was on Days Confused.
I don't necessarily like, it's like it's like it's a weird show. It's like, it feels like a manipulation. It feels like the essence of country music come to life.
Yeah.
Where it's like guys doing tough guy stuff and getting that horse down to the ground and hey-ya!
You're just jealous.
Kicking the fuck out of those guys. And then at the same time, like then saying the perfect thing to their girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like that is the like what a fucking fantasy world you're setting girls up for.
It's a soap opera.
These guys are gonna be able to come in and fuck other people up and then come in and be like, "You are the love of my life, Christine, and I will always love you, and I will die in love with you."
It's a soap opera
like,
that men will start watching. That's
I guess so. But then that's what I mean. Like, I liked it, but I felt like, okay, this is a girl show. This really is a girl show.
I started watching Yellow Jackets, and I watched it in a day. It's so good. It's like about these girls in the 90s, and they're in high school, and like they're supposed to go play in a national soccer tournament, but their plane crashes, and then throughout the whole thing, you find out that they finally found them 15 months later, and there's just like maybe they were cannibals. Who knows what happened? I recommend it. It's on Crave, but it's like really, really good. It's
so
like
they were the whole thing was supposed to be about a soccer tournament, and then their plane crashed and they were still alive. Is it
some
like
of them lived. Yeah.
Is it like the movie Alive, where they
like it's been hinted at. I don't want to ruin anything for you, but that they become cannibals. Like the opening scene is this girl running through the forest, terrified for her life, and then she like falls through a pit into a trap where it's just sticks, so she gets impaled by all these sticks. And then you see another girl walk up, and then you see them like take this body and like bleed it out, and then they show them eating flesh. They don't show that if it's the person or not. And like, but it's a really, really, it's good. Like I watched it all in one day because I'm like, I can't stop watching it. It's too good.
Eating flesh. There's no berries there. They're on that berryless island.
Well, no, I think they ran out of berries because it was winter time.
Jeez, Louis. Yeah, I guess it's like a human thing of like, would you eat a human
if you had to?
If you had to, or whatever.
I've never been so hungry, like just starved to death.
Yeah, I've never been hungry enough to contemplate it.
Yeah.
Would I eat human flesh? Sure, but I would probably like have it with linguine.
You'd have spaghetti and meatballs.
I would have spaghetti and human. I wouldn't just fucking eat human. Like that's the thing we always like. Whenever it's like, oh my god, he's eating human, we always think of like just a straight hunk of human.
Yeah.
Like.
But
we never think of it as like linguine with like human loin.
Yeah.
Just leg muscle.
It's tasty.
That would probably be good.
It would probably be pretty good. Didn't Jeffrey Dahmer eat some of his victims? Like, what did he do? Make a soup or
no,
like?
I don't think so. I think he just straight out of the freezer.
Like cold?
I think maybe shish kebab.
Can you imagine like Jeffrey Dahmer? You're like, Jeffrey's cooking something. It smells delicious.
Hey Jeff, what are you cooking down there? Nothing, Mom. It smells like I don't know what it is. Is that elk? Yeah, it's elk.
I hunted today.
It's elk meat, Mom.
I wonder what human flesh smells like cooking. It probably smells great. If you think it smells like
if you
bacon?
barbecued up
Do you think we're like pigs?
flesh, you'd be like, oh yeah.
Do you think we're pork?
I think we might be.
Yeah.
What if we're fucking delicious and we don't know that?
We're probably. This is probably why they discourage cannibalism so much, because somebody's gonna try and be like, "You guys, actually, it's really good."
Yeah, Dahmer was probably like, "It's fucking good."
You guys, it's good.
I'm not a I was not a born serial killer.
Listen, he's willing to go.
Before I killed anybody.
He's willing to go to jail for it.
Yeah, I ate a human being before I killed anybody.
Someone said you crave that shit when you like, if you eat it or if you drink human blood, then you just want more of it.
I have to do, yeah.
You have to do a Zoom.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm gonna scratch our scratches.
Oh no, yeah, you can go ahead. Yeah, we've still got time. But they're like saying it starts in an hour or something.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't start in an hour. Well, it starts in an hour.
Is it with all of the people that won this award?
Yes.
Or whatever this is?
It's a grant.
Do you want to talk about it?
Oh, it's like a grant to do a podcast about finances for my job.
Yeah.
Not be bad.
He goes and gets grants for other stuff, but not for
Dead Baby Bear. For Dead Baby Bear. Well, this is a tough sell, to be honest. What do you guys do to give back to the community? Well, we
make people laugh.
We talk stews to each others. Who are your guests? Are they members of marginalized communities, or they need to be uplifted? Are we amplifying any voices here? No, it's just us two.
We're amplifying our very privileged voices.
Yeah, we're just talking, and girls are talking, and guys are talking.
We should change the name of the podcast to Amplified Privilege.
Amplified Priv.
We have a Patreon. I forgot we had it, and there's money in there. I was like, oh yeah, we have a Patreon.
I forgot. Yeah, you're like, hey, here's this money in Patreon. I'm like, okay, well, I guess we'll fucking split that and buy.
I feel like we should just go on straight on Patreon and make
It's gonna cost
the
one
six
of my
motherfuckers pay. Make the six motherfuckers pay. Should we just like move to straight on Patreon?
I don't. Well, isn't that like? I don't
Why
know
don't
what
we
you're
do
supposed to
four?
No,
Why don't we do one episode a month is free, but all the others you have to pay for? I think that is smart, and it's $10 a month.
Whoa, that's high.
$10?
No, it's got to be like 5. I think it's like fucking. Isn't
You
Joe
are
Rogan $2?
undervaluing us.
It's Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is a toonie or something. It's like the top.
But he has
podcast
like
on
millions. We only have 6 or 7.
Yeah, but his fans are smart and ours aren't.
Yes, no, our fans are brilliant and sexy and
And
brave
Joe
and
Rogan's
beautiful.
are fun.
Appears to be a non-winning ticket. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna be
we
$5.
should fake
$5.
interview. We should fake interview a famous person. So
Yeah.
we just like have Jordan Peterson and just like ask him questions and make it sound like
I
he's
love the
answering
famous
on our
people that you
podcast.
choose. Jordan.
No, I
Peterson.
just want to pick the fucking most controversial people. Ladies and gentlemen, Dead Baby Bear interviews Jordan Peterson. Like, Jesus Christ.
Do you know Kyle Dunnigan? Like, do you follow any of his stuff?
No.
He's hilarious. He does all these like, well, he does a podcast with Kurt Metzger. Where they
Oh,
pretend
you
to
showed
be-
me that one.
That one.
They
But
pretend
he-
to be like woke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
But he
man.
does a lot of like face morphing stuff too. Like, there's those apps where you can make yourself look like Kim Kardashian or something. So he does like a conversation between Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson. And it's just really funny. So he interviews famous people, but he's the very famous person.
Okay.
So we
I
could do
hear you.
it.
We could play comedy clips.
Why?
Yeah, you're right.
Whose?
I don't know. Bad ones.
We should play.
That's what we should fucking do.
Oh my god.
Like find terrible comedy and play it.
That would be fun.
Showcasing terrible fucking.
That could be a new feature.
Because I love bad
You know
comedy
what?
more than I
Listen,
like good comedy.
Listen, this is what we do. We put it and we name names, but only on the paid episodes.
No, we don't have the name. Like, I just think it'd be funny to like find terrible comedy and then like
You have
play
to
it
say
and then
who it
comment
is.
on it. It'd be better if it was like, I don't know, like
Even
with
famous
this
people
ton of
we can use.
American terrible comedy. We could like
Totally.
just a guy doing a corporate in Miami.
Yeah.
Hurricanes. That'd be funny.
That's our homework this week. Go find some
Hurricanes.
terrible
Go find
comedy.
a terrible joke.
Terrible.
Hurricanes. That's a fucking bullshit. That's like my favorite comedy is always like when you're like, you guys remember that theme song? What the fuck was that theme song about? We just listened to it and we were like, I took it at face value, but now that you break those lyrics down, it's nonsensical. So if you ever want to break into comedy, that's a great trick. Start with like a theme song from an 80s or 90s show that everybody vaguely remembers.
Did you
And
see
then go
somebody
through
do
it line
this?
by line. I'm sure it's happening every night, where you just take a song, or a theme song from a show, and then you say a line from it, and then people go, "Yeah, I remember that line." Like, the fuck does that even mean?
I'm gonna just put in theme song, but it's probably not gonna bother.
Put in like Littlest Hobo or Danger Bay.
Theme song joke. I'm gonna see if anybody has one. Keep talking while I look for this. Joker themed playlist.
There's a place.
Stand up comedy.
Littlest Hobo.
Christmas
Or
theme.
what was Danger Bay's theme song? Remember Danger
Oh,
Bay?
Danger Bay! I loved Danger Bay.
Was there a guy you wanted to fuck on it?
No,
Relic?
why do I always want to fuck guys?
You talk about that stuff.
You bring it up too.
Danger
Bay.
Bay theme song.
Oh, that's not the right song.
Here it is.
Yes, I remember this. Oh yes! Oh fuck yes! This brings back such good memories. Oh my god, they don't have theme songs anymore for stuff as much.
There was no danger at that bay.
Oh. Okay, I'll find one that I love and I'll play it for you.
Susan Walden. I'm the sexy nurse who can ride a helicopter. Killer whale named Bill. 2 children from Toronto. Christopher Crab as Jonah.
Jonah!
And an animal-loving girl named Ocean.
Isn't her name Nicole on this? Nicole?
Oh, of course they make the Asian a scientist.
Do you remember this one?
What?
Do you remember this one? Oh, this is an ad. Fucking Christ.
Oh, don't you hate that?
I want to pay you, YouTube. Eat a dick.
Said the chick who just talked about putting everything she says on Patreon.
Yeah, but I'm not YouTube.
I know.
I'm not a billionaire.
You're not YouTube?
I'm not prolific.
So what song are you trying to play?
remember this? Remember this?
Yeah.
You know the Edison twins.
Yes.
Look at her hair. Like, she's hip now.
Edison twins.
I don't even remember what this show was about. And then this is, I'll just play this last one.
Okay.
Because I love this show. I want to bring this show back. Okay. Let's see if we remember this one. I'm going to get it out.
So my favorite part was the ending of that song. Because it was like, they're called the Edison twins.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that little that thing at the end. Fuck yeah. What is that one?
Okay, let's see. No, that's the same one. Shit, I'm bad at this.
Oh, damn it.
Oh. Power ballad.
Do you remember this one?
No.
Come on off that street.
What is it?
Neon Rider.
Oh, I never saw that.
Hey!
My rider show was night. I was a night rider more than
This is about a guy who has a ranch and he brings in all these like tough kids that have problems. Then by the end of the episode, everything's fixed. Don't give up on a tough teenager.
Yeah, that really screws. I'm sure it's fun running a foster home with kids that see that.
Yeah, we should
They're
really
like,
charge.
How come you haven't fixed me in 44 minutes?
We
Like,
should really charge for this podcast.
Whatever.
Let's just play theme songs.
whatever diesel buns. Yeah, we'll just play theme songs over. You remember this? Oh yeah. You remember this? Oh yeah. Just like you remember this
Diesel
podcast.
Finish your vegetables or no diesel buns for
No
you.
diesel buns for you if you don't eat your pudding.
Oh, I want to tell one story about pudding before we go. I was with my boyfriend at the time. His cousin's husband was British, and his mom was in town. And I went out with his mom to go shopping. This was in Toronto, and we went out for lunch. And we went to this like place called Rich Tree, where it's like a fancy buffet sort of thing. And so she goes, "I'm gonna go get some pudding," and I was like, "Okay." Weird to like specifically want pudding, but okay. And then she came back with like cake and like pie, and I was like, "Where's the pudding?" She's like, "It's right here." I was like, "I don't see any pudding." I didn't know what British people call dessert pudding.
Yeah.
Well, and they
I
also
thought it
have
was
like
so weird.
Yorkshire pudding. It's a pudding culture.
They love their pudding.
They like pudding, and you'll
Why is
see
he called Puddington
you'll
Bear?
see stuff that should be fucking
It should be
Puddington Bear.
Puddington Bear.
Because they got a lot of pudding over there. They'll shit that's like bread based that's pudding, and you're like, well, okay, what's pudding? In Canada, pudding is like sugar and chocolate.
Yeah.
And like
That's pudding.
It's like a dessert soup stew.
Yeah, it's not like, how come your puddings aren't sweet?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they have weird stuff where they're like, it should be a dessert, but it's not loaded with sugar. And it's disgusting.
Yeah.
We're used to sugar. Like in North America, you want to fucking show me something after dinner, make it sweet.
Yeah, I know.
Better be sweet as fuck. Better be diabetes inducing.
I don't know that many people that even like pudding that much.
They'll have stuff for dessert that's less sweet than the fucking entree. You know, like for us, we're like
Don't they have
sugar
something
or
called a
die.
spotted dick? Isn't that a dessert?
I don't know. Their food's not good. They got Branston pickle. They got Marmite. They got fucking weird jellies.
Scotch
they got
eggs.
Scotch eggs, which are good.
I know they're kind of good, but they're kind of weird too.
Well, I'm sure fucking
Like
Adam
who
would
thinks?
Adam would be able to make
Oh, I'm
it
sure
really
he
good.
would.
You'd
Yeah.
be able to make a fucking good Scotch
But like,
egg.
who makes like? Oh, let's put some ground meat around a boiled egg. It smells disgusting.
Rich people.
Fucking rich people.
The rich of the 16th century.
The royalty.
So did we win anything?
No, we didn't win anything.
Jesus H.
So
Crumb.
yeah, we're gonna start charging for this.
This is
podcast.
fucking crazy, dude. Like, how many of these have we lost?
A lot.
Most of them.
Like, I can't believe
Close to
how many we
close to
lost.
100.
We're
We
elite.
lost
You know what we're doing?
90%.
If they ask us what we're doing for the community, we're showing them it's a scam. We're showing,
We're showing them
people
that gambling doesn't
that
work.
gambling never pays.
Like, if you could, that's the thing, you go to Sev and you see somebody else buy a ticket and they walk out, and then somebody else buys a ticket and they walk out. And you see three people in front of you walk out with tickets, you're like, one of those motherfuckers has cash.
Yeah, or
Like,
maybe I
if
should
we
buy
could
one.
actually, if we just followed people home after they bought their scratch and win tickets or their lottery
Beat
tickets
them
or
up.
whatever, and kick the fuck out of them, and just saw if they won, we'd be like, oh my god, this is overwhelmingly a loser for all of
Yeah.
humanity.
Yeah.
All of humanity loses
Yeah.
on this. Everybody walks out with $20 less.
I'm
Like
surprised there's
every
not
time somebody goes to
more.
Sev, says, here you go. 90 out of 100 people just give them $20.
I'm surprised there's not more like muggings at bingo halls because it's always like old grandmas that just won a
Or like
$4,000 bonanza. They got $4,000 cash on them and they're making it up to
Bonanza.
their car.
yeah, I don't know. It's not working out.
What
for
does
us.
it say the odds are for this?
It doesn't say there.
They have to. Isn't that legally? They have to show you what.
I think you have to go on their website. They'll be like, go to blah blah blah.ca to check
Games
out how often people lose.
Yeah, this says you can. This ticket can win up to 10 times. Fuck you.
Shit,
Fuck
bitch.
you. Is
Didn't win
wicked.
once.
Fuck you, Power 5.
All right. Well, thanks for being on your own podcast again.
I'm glad you survived Omicron.
I did. Took Omicron down. Thanks, everybody.